Before we talk about the latest Fortnite news, I have a quick announcement that Epic has finally accepted my submission this time around to be part of their Supporter Creator program. So if you aren't already supporting someone else, or if you'd like to start supporting me, all you need to do for me to get some additional Skrilla at no additional cost to you is under the item shop in the lower right hand corner, click on the Supporter Creator button and then put my name, The Schwantz27, in the box and hit accept, so that whenever you purchase V-Bucks, Epic will throw some my way, even though I do have a full-time job and this is just my hobby, so I don't actually need it, but will never turn down free dinero. Anyways, Fortnite released a mini update yesterday going from 8.10 to 8.11, and Epic decided to get really punny with this one. There's a new weapon called the Flint-Knock that is yet another revolver-esque pistol, but this time it actually fits with the random pirate theme for the Fire King vs. Ice King story arc. It takes heavy ammo like its predecessors, however, since this is a pistol from when reloads were on a per bullet basis, there is a 3-second reload time after each shot, but doing 86 damage for common and 90 for uncommon varieties, with a big damage fall off in the range department. The pun part comes from the pistol modeled after the Flint-Lock's ability to knock back the shooter unless you're crouched, and the enemy you shoot based on how close you were when you actually shot them. If you're barrel stuffing, then the knockback distance is further than if you were shooting from afar. Hence why they call the gun the Flint-Knock. Another item that isn't new but back from the vault are the impulse grenades for people that are missing the zip lines from the middle of the map and actually want to get around instead of just pretending that you're part of the Habitat for Humanity project. They're also back with a vengeance, as impulse grenades actually got a 344% buff against vehicles, so combining this with the baller will make the end game even worse than a measles outbreak in 2019 when the disease was completely eradicated from the United States before Y2K, even though the baller had its spawn rate reduced by 50% after having it reduced to 0% temporarily, while Epic sorted out an issue with it because, of course, it's 2 steps forward, 1 step backwards. Since Epic has actually bothered to take a look at impulse grenades versus vehicles, explosive weapons have also had their impulse strength buffed against them, even though they're now at a reduced number with the recent vaultings, but at least explosives might not be used against building, aka the thing that makes this battle royale game unique from the plethora of get-rich-quick copy jobs. Lastly, in weapon tweaks, the scope rifles got a buff to increase base damage by 1 for each different type of variation, which isn't enough to make people actually start using them over the other weapons that are currently in the meta, but just enough to make you consider it until you see how badly they underperform if they aren't just for recon purposes, with the thermal version, which by the way didn't even get a buff. It's only the uncommon and rare varieties. Even though the limited time game modes Going Green ended on Monday and Getaway with its challenges ended yesterday, the challenges for week 4, which don't go live until tomorrow, have already been leaked. For those that didn't do the mundane tasks at the leftover time in Season 7, nor have access to an income that's totally undeserved like me to buy the premium battle pass, the challenges are as follows. Searching for 2 buried treasures, which wouldn't have been that bad had the rate of the maps dropping would have been where they were prior to the reduction in the last patch. Launching yourself through 25 structures with the pirate cannon, because everybody loves it when your cover is destroyed by twat waffles, being forced to use the worst environmental weapon ever created, and finally getting an elimination with both a pistol and a scoped rifle to coerce people to check out the new and buff weapons in this patch. For those that got it via handout like a filthy taker, or were too lazy and had money like a celebrity's kid trying to get into an esteemed college, the premium tasks are eliminating 10 opponents at either Happy Hamlet, if you like having more places to loot than you could possibly complete before having to haul ass out of the way of the storm, or Pleasant Park, which should be renamed Peasant Park with its terabad loot capacity, outlasting 90 opponents in a single match if you want to find a tree to land on in the middle of the map at the start of the match and just stay there for the entire fucking thing, using the baller vehicle in 5 different matches, which should be an absolute joy now that the spawn rate has been halved, and finally a stage challenge for landing at different named locations, first being Tilted Towers, the OG hot drop spot, then Junk Junction, which you shouldn't ever do unless it's for the challenge, then Retail Row so that you could then dip out on a drift board, and finally both Happy Hamlet and Pleasant Park that should be combined with the previous task. Complete all of these and you'll get this loading screen here that brings another challenger into the weird foodie debate between the Tomato Head and Durburger Beef Boss, with a literal banana hammock that is actually safe for work, unlike the man thong of the same name, and a backhanded political statement about the chaotic status of the banana republics of Central America. We can also spot the secret banner on the flame-lit pillar in the background, which can be found to the northeast of the volcano opening near the trail to the center that hopefully those unripened bastards won't be throwing the crowned one into. While there aren't many data mine items with the this smaller update, a potential new rivet wrap has been added to folders related to the Waypoint set, of which there already is a skin, so perhaps this item might be coming back to the shop again, but this time around with some additional beepity bops for Epic to charge you more money for work that they've already done. It's a brilliant idea, actually. Lastly, in leaks, there is footage of an upcoming feature that has already had private test sessions in early February, which is to spectate a player on your friends list, similar to Steam's feature, because Epic's launcher is trying to get all of the business with none of the functionality. Much like you could spectate teammates who haven't yet made a stupid play like you, or the person that actually owned you and is now doing funny dances in order to mock you about it, you could backseat game on anybody on your friends list without actually joining the match. It's yet another way to stalk people that want to be left the fuck alone unless they're doing open lobbies, like me that does do open lobbies whenever I stream, but not whenever I'm online, so stop joining my goddamn sessions. It's unclear when this feature will be live, but it's in that coming soon black hole. Lastly, in Fortnite news, we've seen how the game impacts marriages and personal relationships in a negative way, as well as being an impediment to sports players remaining healthy by getting carpal tunnel from playing too much of the game. But now the legend of Carlos Santana, no, not the one that plays guitar, the one that plays baseball, is growing after a story being revealed that last season during a Philadelphia Phillies losing streak, he channeled frustrated moms and dads everywhere by marching into the clubhouse and breaking the TV that was being used by his teammates to play Fortnite with his baseball bat while a game was going on, because not even people that are paid to play the game even want to watch the boring affair that is baseball. Epic should take advantage of this negative publicity and turn it into a positive by making an emote of a person smashing a TV with a bat. That way at least they get to make some money off of it. I'd sure as shit buy it. Of course, using my supporter creator code. I've been the Schwantz27, out like ESPN did to the NCAA women's bracket before the selection show. Until next time.